If you are a graduate student and you are applying to present at a conference or be in a fellowship or submit an article for publication, then you are going to have to write an abstract. So today we are discussing how to write a paper abstract. So first you need to understand what an abstract is. And generally it is a summarization of what your paper or article is about and why it's important. So when you are thinking about writing your abstract, it is usually between 100 to 250 words, and it's never longer than a page. And in such a small document, you will have to make sure you are highlighting the most critical and important parts of your paper. And that's why there's a short little formula to help you create the best article abstract or paper abstract you can. So again, because this is only about 100 to 250 words, it generally is no more than 4 to 5 sentences. And so the way that I break up this structure is by thinking of every sentence as doing a job for you to help communicate the importance or some information about your article to the reader. Generally, I like to start my abstracts or the first sentence with making sure I address the state of the field. And what this means is, in this first statement, I am really pulling out what is the big problem, what is the common belief, what is the common practice that everybody is understanding or engaging within the scholarship or within the field, and how mine is slightly different, challenging it or rethinking it or reimagining it. Then the next part of your abstract needs to really demonstrate why that first sentence matters in the grand scheme of things. So you really want to pull out what is the problem or the need and how your argument responds to that problem or need. So in your first sentence, you're saying this is what is commonly believed or practiced. In your second sentence, you're saying this is what's wrong with that belief or practice, or this is what is needed for this belief or practice to be better. And then you present your argument. Or in other words, how are your contributions or the information in this article or this paper going to address these needs or these problems? Now, the next bit of your abstract needs to explain how you're doing this. Now, again, if you have an abstract that gives you a little bit more wiggle room, you can turn this into 2 to 3 sentences. But if you're still focusing on a very short abstract, like 100 words, then you would probably leave this to 1 sentence. But generally, you want to present how you are doing this, your methodology or your methods that help you illuminate why your argument is right or why your argument is necessary. Again, this is a simple sentence that's just summarizing your main methods or your approaches to how you did your research. This will help a lot of people, especially in the more hard sciences, better understand what you're trying to prove and how you did it and how it can be replicated. For us humanities folks, this section is important because it helps people understand that your research is based in some type of methodological approach and it's not just about hippy dippy feelings. And believe it or not, a lot of humanities people get rejected because we're not substantiating our own claims in some type of methodological lineage that people, the reviewers, understand. So by having a sentence on your methods or a sentence on your methodology can really help the most critical people see where you're coming from. And then the way you should end your abstract, and honestly any document that you write, is the significance. So you've already presented how it's usually approached or how it's usually understood or practiced, why that's a problem or why that needs to be addressed, how you're addressing it, and your points, why that's important or how you're approaching it methodologically, and now you need to demonstrate why all of this matters to the field or why all of this matters to the conference or to wherever you're applying to. This is important because it wraps up everything above to not just be some weird passion project, but demonstrate that you have it anchored in something that will impact greater academia, impact the world, or impact your greater problem at hand. So it's important to make sure you have a significant statement to help the readers get through your abstract and not feel like, so what? You want them to know the so what, and you want to tell them that explicitly. Now, if you're writing an abstract, that probably means you have a paper that goes along with it. So I would suggest you watch this video next that talks about the most common writing mistakes that graduate students make and how to fix it. If you found at least 2 things useful, hit the thumbs up so YouTube will share this video with others who might need it. As always, your support helps a small YouTuber like me continue to grow. So I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.